do a
I
career.
always say one thing that is, gifting is not a thing, it's an
Yeah.
emotion. It's
Very
100% an emotion. So every piece I create is is equally important, close to my heart. And when I create, I make sure that I create as if I'm creating for myself.
Hello and welcome to Upodd UAE, a Kya Matlab Network initiative. This is your host Ranjana once again with another beautiful guest today. As they say, in the race of technology and material, we often miss the simplicity. And when that simplicity is served on a platter of creativity, it has to be someone like Payal. Payal Loda, our guest for today, bringing her beautiful treasure for the world by the name Craft by Payal. Welcome, Payal.
Thank you so much for having me.
Lovely. Payal, I think it's beautiful to see that at a young age and with so much of passion, with so much of love, you're creating these treasures for people to cherish their beautiful memories. What inspired you to make this big difference in people's life through your art?
So honestly, Ranjana, the inspiration came after a few years. So when I was 5, I started painting, sketching, and I think I did that every single day. It was just a passion, just maybe a hobby, you can say, not even a passion at that age. And I've done that almost every day after my school. And after clearing my 12th, I created some of the craft pieces like envelopes, greeting cards, scrapbooking, and maybe here and that mixed media. And eventually, then I participated in a few exhibitions in Ahmedabad just to understand how would that help me, how would that, am I interested in pursuing as my career? And yes, and the response was amazing. People just loved the color combinations that I picked. I generally used to work with pastels. And yeah, that's how it clicked that, okay, there is something out there which I would want to pursue as my career. And after my college, I started doing it professionally. I was very much keen into having more exhibitions. I did some of the exhibitions, and I think that's when I realized that, okay, I can continue as a career.
Wonderful. And you said you're from Ahmedabad, which is,
Yes.
anyways, a city full of colors, full
Yes.
of culture, so vibrant.
Yes.
So, did it come from the city? Did it also come from your family? Tell us something about. Do you have artists in your family? Some inspiration?
No, not really. I don't have any family member in the same field, from the field of art. I mean, art background. There's nobody. And while I was doing it, my parents were like, "You can just, do it as a hobby. It's okay. I mean, you don't need to carry forward as a career." But I think it was fit in my head that I want to get into art industry and do something related to art. Yeah.
Wow. So, you've not just been a self taught artist, but you've carved the path for you and for your career. And like
Yeah.
you said, yes, we do face that in a lot of families, Indian families in particular,
Exactly.
where parents want to somewhere help us define our future and our
Yes,
path.
yes.
So, did you really have to be a rebel asking out for your heart, what your heart wanted?
Not exactly rebel, Ranjana. I wouldn't say I had to be rebel in that case, but yes. I mean, it was just a trial and error.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I just practiced it whenever I could, and I think that's how I just started. So yeah, there was no such inspiration or no such from the family at least.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
So tell us about Craft by Payal. When did it start, and how did you take it ahead in UAE?
Okay, so as I said, at the age after my graduation, I just started at the age of 21. I started working professionally. I was working in a lot of different art forms. So as an artist, I'm a multi-potentialite who would like to work with different art forms. It's a drawback as well because I just ace one of the art form. I would do amazing in it. One fine day, I would just want to do something really different from what I'm doing. So that's the nature of my personality. That's the nature of who I am as an artist. And that's sometimes triggering as well. And that's the beautiful thing as well. So
Right.
I just don't know how to describe it. But yeah, so and then eventually 6 years after, since last 6 years, I'm working here in UAE. Though during COVID, I was not that much, of course, potentially working. But yeah, so here I started with some of the art forms that I was carrying in back in India. Not everything, not every single art form though, but I started again from the scratch because the clients were very new. I had no support here as well because I was not knowing the market. How would the people take it?
Right.
The clienteles were different here. Back in India, they are different. So it was a bit tricky to find out what will work.
Yeah.
So that was the difficult part. But I think eventually people here, they appreciated what I was working for. And I think that's the motivation, that was the inspiration, the appreciation that you get specifically in art industry as an artist. That's the best thing I think worked for me at least.
Of course. What more could an artist ask for? A free land to paint your ideas. And that's what I think Payal got through her venture, CraftbyPayal. Payal, I must show my listeners these beautiful customized mugs, which are a treasure gifted by CraftbyPayal. And that's what Payal is into. A lot more. But yes, we would love to advise our listeners to check the Instagram pages, and we'll be talking about that a little more. So,
Thank you
Payal,
so
tell
much.
us about what is the most treasured product or creation. I wouldn't call it a product because these are creative treasures that you're building and crafting.
Yes.
So, what is the most treasured treasure that you have created for anyone?
Okay, so I would just like to tell you that every single order or every single piece that I create is very close to me, very close to my heart because it's connected to somebody.
Yeah.
It's an emotion, right?
True.
So, but I would still like to share you two stories that were very interesting in my this industry.
Yeah.
So one of them, so one lady, one fine day, she just messaged me that I'm adopting a girl child, a single parent. Yeah, and I'm adopting a girl child, and I would want you to create a baby album for my daughter.
Okay.
And you just need to put every single thing in it, so that book will just display since the day she thought about the thought of adopting her
Okay.
till to get her.
Yeah.
So every single thing, every single moment she wanted to record till she was home. And this was the longest project I worked on. I mean, it was the most time consuming out of all the projects I was working on. And yeah, we recorded. I think we both worked really hard for it. I was actually understanding what is she looking for, as it was the very first time I was working on something like this.
Okay.
But it came out really beautiful. And when she saw, and she was the one who invited me at her place for lunch. And of course I went with the book with her order, and she was in tears. And I think that was the most emotional moment for me too.
Yeah.
And it was a blessing to see your work, जब इतना खूबसूरती से उसको सराहा जाता है,
बिल्कुल.
तो मुझे लगता है कि वो that's the most beautiful part.
Definitely.
So yeah, that was one thing. The other order I would like to talk on, it was again, there was a lady who called me and said, I have a sister who's specially abled,
Okay.
and it's her birthday coming. I would want to get some return favors created.
Okay.
Yeah, return favors. And for the people, are you aware on the game operators by any chance? So there are some fun spots, or I don't know what to say, the
Okay.
fun world kind of thing, where there are games, game zone maybe. There are games and there are rides. So the game operators are the people who just help you to understand how to play the game.
Sure. Yeah.
Right? So to direct, basically, to direct, how do you want to play it? Yeah.
Right.
So she wanted the return favor. So for years, She and her sister, they both used to go every weekend at the spot. They used to spend some time there. So she wanted to get some pieces created for those game operators and wanted to celebrate her birthday over there with them.
Yeah.
So I think that was also, there are many, honestly, there are many of such clients who come with some kind of emotion or some kind of thing that always touches my heart. And I think, yeah, but these two are, right now, I can just talk about these two. Otherwise, the podcast is going to go really long.
We would love to take it long because I'm sure, the way you have shared these stories,
Yeah.
I can sense how they have touched your heart. And honestly, you're right, with every emotion that you're converting into a treasure, it's just got to be there for so long. And gifts, when you gift something, I personally feel if it's handcrafted, there is nothing more beautiful than it. I mean,
Agreed.
If it's not my hands, it has to be your hands.
Oh, I'm glad.
Yes,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
it's a very beautiful form of expression that you've converted into a
I
career.
always say one thing, that is, gifting is not a thing, it's an
Yeah.
emotion. It's
Very
100% an emotion. So every piece I create is is equally important, close to my heart. And when I create, I make sure that I create as if I'm creating for myself.
Yeah.
So that comes out the closest to perfection, to perfect. So that's what I try with my every piece. And I think every client comes with a story, and that's the most amazing part of what I'm doing. And I think that's so people ask me what is the inspiration to keep going on, but I think the inspiration is people with stories.
Yeah.
And that's what helps me the most to keep going. So yeah.
Lovely. So you work with so many clients, like you said, and you hear their stories, and at times you recommend them what could be a good idea, or
Right.
they might have, something in mind.
Right.
So what is, that you get most often, or you could say that mostly in demand when we talk about these beautiful tokens that you create. So
Right.
the most selling item at CraftbyPayal.
It's 100% my mugs.
Okay.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
And you've been crafting them for how many years now?
It's mugs. If you talk about clay, as a clay artist, I have been again working for a decade now. And if you just talk about the mugs, it's been almost 4 years.
Wow.
Yeah, it's been 4 years I have been working with the mugs.
Lovely. And how many mugs shall we count with Payal's hands? Approximately.
I just have no number to it. I'm so sorry for this.
No,
but
that's really nice. That tells
Yeah.
us how large this number
Yeah,
could
yeah,
be.
yeah.
And tell us, Payal, do you work with the corporates as well? Do you work with the bigger clients, groups?
Yes. So I have worked with corporates, though not huge in number. Maybe you can count as 70 to 80.
Okay.
Yeah, 70 to 80 number of pieces. That's it. But I have worked for corporates. Yeah.
Lovely. So, Payal, from everything that you do, when we get your product, we can see that right from the ideation to the creation to the packaging, everything is so uniquely done and full of love and care, and there's tenderness, there is fragility, there is creativity filled with it.
Yeah.
How do you decide all of it? You're like a one woman army thinking on all those aspects, or do you have pillars of ideas along with you?
No, it's completely from scratch
Wow.
to the piece, the final product that you see. In fact, even the photography that I do for social media is done by me. Is done by. I mean, it's everything. In short, it's everything. Everything is done by me. So yeah.
My God,
Yeah.
superwoman, I would say for sure, with creative wings.
Thank you so much. But to be honest, sometimes it does get really frustrating. Lot of times actually, specifically the pressure of social media because
Yeah.
you have to be active there. In today's time, it is really important to be active on all the social media platforms.
Yeah.
I lack there. Honestly, I lack there. Though I have aced in photography, I have aced in the videos or the reels, whatever you say. It's good. It's good from what I was earlier. But I still feel I need to be really consistent with it. But then again, I need help. You need help to, everything cannot be done by yourself.
True.
Yeah, so that's something which I am still figuring out, because I need everything to be perfect. I need everything to be, how I have thought of. I just need to shift a little of my mindset, specifically when it comes to social media. So yeah.
But that's so lovely. Often people don't even know how to put forth their challenges and ask for help. I think you coming out and sharing that this is something you're struggling with is itself, I think, one of the keys to your problem. And I'm sure, with our listeners out there, we might get some ideas, we might get some help from a lot of creative women out there who are into social media and doing it day in, day out. And a wonderful collaboration might come on your desk, because
maybe.
That could take CraftbyPayal to the next level.
Yeah.
So where are you headed for? What's the future like? I'm sure you're a very dreamy person, being creative, and you have hopes and aspirations. Where do you want to head towards?
Honestly, Ranjana, if you ask me as of now, do I have a goal or do I have a vision? The only vision is I just want to keep working, spreading smiles. So the main goal is that, if people, even after 10 years, they have my piece, if they look at it, they should smile, they should remember me. That, okay, we got this piece from a lady or a girl, whatever you say, who runs a small business, and that's her art. I think that's what I am working for as of now. But yes, I would want to have a small shop, maybe, with my pieces, and there I would want to have I would want to train some people, because for training I have every single day, I think I have at least one message to train them if I could. But right now I am not into taking any kind of classes or teaching, so as of now at least I'm not there, but maybe someday. So yeah, let's see how it goes. But so yeah, that's it.
Wonderful. So I'm sure being a mentor is a beautiful thing, and spilling your creativity, helping others follow the same path, it would be a lovely way down your journey, Payal. So customization has somewhere been your focus, because you don't, like you said, every order is special to you. It's not that you have a set of 12 mugs there and you are selling them on a platform.
Right.
Yeah, you pick up the story, you create it.
Yes.
But it has its challenges, like you said,
Yes.
So have there been cases where you felt that, it was a little unreasonable with the way things went, or you were not happy with the product, or the client was not happy with the product, or general challenges? Do you have any reflection from?
Yes, there are challenges that I've heard from fellow crafters. In my case, there were not too many, maybe very few, where a client approved, one of the designs. I created it. And I think how I work is, I would always want to have everything on my messages.
Okay.
Yeah. Though, for me, communication is the best thing to understand on phone call, I would say, to understand what the other person is looking for. I mean, what kind of creativity he or she is looking, right? But when it comes to having a precise thing, I would always ask for something in writing. Maybe my emails or maybe my messages somewhere, so that we are on the same page. In her case, I think we just had a telephonic conversation, and I was very clear. I was aware on that what she was looking for, but I think she changed her mind at the end of the day, and then I think I was left with those pieces.
Okay.
Yeah. So this is something which I had once. I think that's it. But other than this, I don't remember any huge. Something which is very big, or something which is not okay with the other person, with my client. So yeah. Yeah.
Okay, great. And you provide international shipping, if I'm not wrong, yeah?
Yes, I do.
Your products travel around the world.
Yes, yeah.
Wow, tell us, where all have you reached?
Okay, so I have shipped my products to London. Yes. Then my products have been in Russia as well.
Wow.
Yeah, and India, almost, not, I wouldn't say almost, but lot of cities. Yeah. And I think that's it. that's it. Yeah.
Lovely.
Yeah,
But that's
yeah.
a lot. With just a 4 years of journey, you have a long way to go.
Yeah, thank
And
you.
crafting gifts is definitely one of the hottest industries nowadays.
Yeah.
And yeah, out there's a lot of space for creative people like Payal. So,
Thank you.
Payal, I'm going to do a very quick rapid fire with you because you create these beautiful treasures, and I want the listeners to know what all can they expect when they have a beautiful occasion or a memory that they want to cherish for life and
All right.
captivate
Okay.
it as a treasure with Craft by Payal. So I'm going to tell the occasion, and you can probably propose a nice gift that or a treasure that you've created. Okay?
Yeah,
So
okay.
let's say it's marriage.
It can be a frame, photo frame, which has a bride and a groom. If possible, they can just let me know what attire they're gonna wear, the color combinations, what they're gonna wear, and maybe a picture if they have, if they want to be a little more precise, so that I can just resemble. I do not replicate. I
Yeah.
do not replicate the facial features as well.
Okay.
I would just try and replicate the attire, the hairstyles, maybe the specs or the glasses. Yeah, that's it.
Lovely.
So yeah,
So photo frames, that is. Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Birthdays.
birthdays can be mugs and a coaster, maybe. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
And what about a retirement party?
Retirement party. For retirement party, I have again created a frame which has the best picture of the couple.
Okay.
So the attire they are wearing, what they're wearing, and maybe the same attire, or maybe something which has a great memory, the past memory. So I would create that. I've created again a photo frame for that.
Okay.
Yeah.
A graduation party.
Graduation party can be again a mug, because I've done the mugs and the coaster
Yeah,
for
okay.
graduation thing. Yes.
Okay. And finally, if you've had a breakup.
Breakup. Oh, okay.
A
That's
broken
quite
mug.
tricky.
A broken mug.
No, maybe we can do a memory book. Maybe a memory
Wow.
book. Yeah.
Lovely. That was so thoughtful of you, Payal. And I'm sure our listeners are going to get great ideas. They would go to the
They'll be
Instagram
glad.
page and get a
Yeah.
lot of more ideas and get back with Payal
Yes.
for crafting their memories as treasures that they could cherish for life. A little hobby turned into passion. What a beautiful message we have from today's story from Payal. Payal, is there a message out from your side to all the creative learners and the artists out there of how they can turn their beautiful creativity into a dream come true?
Yes, one message that worked for me, I would just like to share that, just keep trying. So when I started, there was a thing that I was not very sure on what am I going into and which art form would work for me. But I tried 10 different things. I tried very different art forms from its nature. And one fine day I found that what is making me happy and what will, interest me for the future as well. So I think just keep trying different aspects in whatever field you are. I think that will really help you to understand how it's going to work for you, with time you will understand. Basically with practice you will get to know. So yeah, that's the only thing I would like to say.
Lovely.
Yeah.
Keep exploring. That's the message from
Yes.
Payal. And thank you so much, Payal. That was lovely listening to your story, learning how you surpassed all the challenges that came your way and made it to Craft by Payal. We wish you all the luck, and we know that your treasures are going to rule over people's heart all over the world. Thank you so much for
Thank
coming.
you so much, Ranjana, for having me. It was a great time with you. Thank you.
So,
Yeah.
think creativity, think Payal, Craft by Payal.
Thank you so much, Ranjana. It was amazing time with you and I just loved it. Thank you.
We loved having you, Payal. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you.
I think it has been a very creative podcast with Payal, who has also designed our mugs, and I think we are super thankful to her for doing this for us. Payal, I would request you to say a couple of kind words for us.
First of all, it was, I think, it's the very first time I'm on some podcast. I was nervous, but I think Ranjana made me very comfortable with wherever she could, and I think that was something that gave me a push that okay, I can do it. So yeah, thank you for having me, and it's a big thing for me at least. So yeah, thank you.
Payal is open to collaborations. All her details are available on the podcast and on the post. Get in touch with her. She's open to shipping all over the world.